Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about the Neymar saga. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the Neymar saga has finally re-emerged onto the scenes, and there is so much that we do have to discuss when it comes to this Brazilian player, because there are talks about Neymar potentially departing away from PSG. Could he actually go to a club like FC Barcelona? And we're also going to be discussing, like, why is this even existing? Like, why are we still talking about Neymar Jr. going to this club here? And then later in the video, we're also going to be talking about the details regarding Frenkie de Jong's departure. And lastly, we are going to be just quickly talking about the updates regarding Lewandowski and how Barcelona is going to be reacting to the brand new price that Bayern Munich has placed for their own player. But before we go into any of this, if you do want to find out what is currently going to go on with Neymar Jr., Frenkie de Jong, and Lewandowski, three players that we are going to be discussing for tonight, you can get all of that information and the latest details on the OneFootball app. If you guys do want to follow your favorite player, your favorite team, anything that's going on within the football world, the OneFootball app is going to be there to cover for you immediately and live. This is basically where I do get all of my information to make these videos. And so if you guys do want to download the OneFootball app, you can so by scanning the QR code that you do see here on the screen. And there's also going to be a link that will be provided down below that'll take you straight to the App Store. Download the OneFootball app, set exactly who and what you do want to follow, and then you'll be set and done from there. It's a free app. You guys will love it. It's very informative, entertaining, and I hope you guys do enjoy it in the end. But now let's go back into the video and let's talk about the Neymar Jr. operation, because it does say here, according to sources, that Neymar, who is linked with FC Barcelona, is now open to a departure from PSG this summer. So of course, one of the clubs that do first come into mind when it comes to Neymar leaving PSG, it is FC Barcelona. Barcelona have been pushing for this move since the summer of 2019, and even Neymar himself was pushing for that move. Now, when it comes to Joan Laporta's Barcelona, who knows what they think about Neymar Jr., whether they want this player, yes or no. But overall, in general, in the past 3 to 4 years, Barcelona has always been wanting to bring back Neymar Jr., and Neymar has also wanted to return to this club eventually. Like, I remember a few years ago, Barcelona were trying so hard to get back this player that they were willing to offer 115 million euros plus 2 players from a list of players they were willing to let go, whether it's Coutinho, Dembele, Rakitic, Semedo, Malcolm, or Umtiti. That is how crazy Barcelona were for Neymar. They were saying, okay, out of these list of players, who are the 2 players you want to bring in and include within this deal? And PSG were like, we don't know yet. Like, we don't know if we want Coutinho or Dembele, Rakitic, Semedo, Malcolm, or Umtiti. And in the end, it never came into fruition. But here's the thing though, right? Like, the fact that Neymar is linked with Barcelona again, I just have no idea how Barcelona is going to be affording Neymar within this coming summer, because the Barcelona that we see today is a very different Barcelona to what we saw 2 or 3 years ago, back in 2019, when Barcelona were more financially stable before the pandemic. But one of the reasons on why this is being brought up again, and why this does sound very realistic, even though we know that the Barcelona we see today is very different financially, why could we see PSG negotiate a softer deal with FC Barcelona? Well, it does say here, Al-Khelafi, who is the owner of PSG, did say a few words a few days ago regarding his so-called stars within this club and how he does think about these players and what they should be doing in the future. But this is what he had to say, and I quote, "Dreams are one thing, reality is another. Perhaps we should change our slogan, dream bigger is good, but today we must be realistic. We don't want flashy bling bling anymore. It's the end of the glitter. We want players who love the club, who love to fight, who love to win, and we want this mentality to spread throughout the club." And then the journalists were asking the owner of PSG, what do you think about Neymar Jr. and his future? And this is what he said, and I quote, "What I can tell you is that we expect all players to do much more than they did last season. Much more. They all have to be 100%. Obviously, we weren't good enough to go far. For next season, the objective is clear. Work every day at 200%. Give everything we have for this shirt. Give the maximum, and we'll see the result. We must become humble again. We have to change to avoid injuries, suspensions, and fouls that turn a match upside down." And the moment Al-Khelafi did say this to the media, many were saying, okay, this is a direct hit towards Neymar Jr. Maybe he is not happy with the way Neymar has been acting with PSG. Maybe it is finally time for these 2 parties to go separate. So this is the primary reason on why today we are hearing that Neymar might actually consider a move to FC Barcelona. Now, here's the thing though, right? Like, when it comes to Neymar and PSG, did he live up to the expectations, right? Because one of the main reasons on why Neymar did move to that club back in 2017, it is because of three different reasons. He wanted to become the best player in the world. Point number two, he wanted to carry PSG to success. And point number three, he wanted to win the Ballon d'Oro. Did he achieve all of these three things? No, he didn't. He did not achieve not a single one from this list that has been made. And so you can just sense, right, that there could be a departure because things are only deteriorating as we go further and further with Neymar's career at PSG. Now, here's the thing though, right? Like, I know that it does seem like I'm really trying to paint this picture that Neymar might actually join Barcelona, but would Barcelona actually go for Neymar? Like, could we actually see this in the summer? And this is one of the main reasons on why I'm bringing this topic up. It is because I just do not think that Barcelona are going to be going for this player, even though we see this yearly in every summer. Because I honestly think that PSG are going to be saying, okay, give us 85 million euros for Neymar, and I just do not see Barcelona paying that amount, and especially for someone who is 30 years old, 31 years old, and he also has a salary of 30 million euros per season. How in the hell is Barcelona going to be affording something like this? Like, Barcelona is going to have to reduce his salary by 3x, not even half the amount. And sportingly, where could we place Neymar in the 11 without hindering the development of some of these players? Like, for example, Neymar is someone who can play comfortably in the left wing position. I understand that he can play in the striker position, but he is a true left winger. But we have Ansu Fati and Ferran Torres within those positions, two players who do need a lot of minutes. And even if we do say that we could place Neymar as the striker for FC Barcelona, why would Joan Laporta and Mateo Lemán drop the one player that can bring 40 plus goals per season and has devoted himself as a true striker in the past 9 to 10 years for someone who can give us less goals and someone who is not so devoted in playing in the striker position? Like, Barcelona sportingly do need a striker that can sit inside the box, someone who is very intelligent inside the box. That is Lewandowski. We do not necessarily need someone that can drop down, combine with the midfield, and move everywhere on the pitch, which is Neymar. Barcelona is looking for a specific profile, and that is Lewandowski. So we'll see where all of this does go. Of course, Barcelona is not going to be the only club that's going to be eyeing this player, because honestly, Barcelona cannot even afford Neymar. But if they do bring all of their money into one player, of course they can afford Neymar, but that would not make any sense sportingly and financially. So there are going to be clubs like Chelsea eyeing this player, Newcastle eyeing this player, Manchester City also eyeing this player. So we'll see how all of this does play out in the end. Now moving on towards the next topic of today, and let's talk about Frenkie de Jong, because it does say here, according to sources in England, there has been encouraging talks between Manchester United and Barcelona over Frenkie de Jong. The deal is getting closer, with a fee likely to be somewhere around 80 million euros, including add-ons. So everything does indicate that Barcelona are 100% so open to selling Frenkie de Jong. And this whole idea about Frenkie de Jong saying that he does not want to join a team that does not play in Champions League, that is dead. I think that Frenkie de Jong officially does want to join Manchester United. He is very open. One of the prior reasons on why he is choosing to go to this club, it is because of Ten Hag and the conversations they have had. But if Frenkie does end up staying at Barcelona for whatever reason, let's say Frenkie de Jong says, I do not want to move, I want to be here at Barcelona for at least maybe 4 or 5 more years. If that does end up happening, it does say here, according to Jared Romero, that if he does stay, the club will have to renegotiate his salary. And that is something that Frenkie de Jong is willing to do, because keep in mind, going into this 4th season with Frenkie de Jong, the contract that he was given by Bartomeu, it does mean that he's going to be receiving a massive increase in salary. I'm talking to the point where he is going to be receiving around 18 to 19 million euros per season. And of course, Joan Laporta is going to have to renegotiate that and cut the salary like in half, because that is something that Barcelona are just not willing to pay. It is just way too much. So a lot of work is going to have to be done either way, whether he does stay or whether he does leave. We have also heard reports about Barcelona offering Frenkie de Jong to Manchester City, but Man City have rejected the opportunity to sign this player. I strongly believe that City do not need someone like Frenkie de Jong. Even they themselves do know that. They want to build around Rodri and continue to build around Kevin De Bruyne. So the final conclusion is this: there is a strong agreement between Manchester United and FC Barcelona. It is like a 85% chance that this will go through, that Frenkie will be a Man U player in a couple of weeks. And anything new regarding Frenkie de Jong and his operation towards his brand new potential club, we are going to be talking about here in this YouTube channel. And lastly, I do want to just quickly talk about Lewandowski, because it does say here, according to sources in Germany, that Bayern are now wanting 60 million euros for Lewandowski. And this makes it almost impossible, my friends, for Barcelona Barcelona to say yes. Is Barcelona capable to afford 60 million euros for Lewandowski? Of course they are, especially with the injection that they are going to be receiving this week. But 60 million euros for someone who is going to be 34 years old and has 1 year left within his contract, that is just almost impossible for Barcelona to say yes. Like I have said that 40 million euros is a great price, 50 million euros is pushing it, but 60 million euros, I just don't think so. I think that if Barcelona have to pay something around that price range, might as well use that money for someone like Koundé. Koundé is being priced at 65 million euros and he's only 23, 24 years old. It would be wise for Barcelona to invest that money for Koundé, because if there was one area that we have to reinforce this summer, it is the defense. Like when it comes to the striker position, we have options. We can continue to use Aubameyang. We can continue to use Ansu Fati, who is very clear on knowing how to play as a number 9. When it comes to the defense, we don't necessarily have options. Like who are we going to use? Umtiti or Lenglet? There is no way. Are we going to continue to rely on Araujo and Eric Garcia? No way. So the striker situation and the center back situation are two very different scenarios for FC Barcelona. They must strengthen the defensive line at all costs and bring Jules Koundé from Sevilla at all costs. But that is going to be wrapping up today's Barcelona daily news. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new here, welcome to the channel. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys in the next video.